Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I really wanted to do this video a lot earlier, but Roblox was having ping issues and stuff. I think it was zoned to adopt me, so I chose to wait until everything cooled down. I've been so busy outside of Roblox, with life. And so I came back today to mainly start my development. I decided, let me just quickly try myself doing ILS. I spoke to my Aeson Arrows because they were asking me, Sam, could you probably try and find a way to add some sort of ILS system that you've worked on before, so that our students can learn good approaches to 32 left, which is this side of the runway here, which is nearest to the city. Of course, 14 right is the runway side closest to being marshlands, and of course the true heading for 14 right is 135 heading towards the city, and 3115 heading towards the marshlands or towards the airport is the true heading for 32 left. Now you can see this really weird box, which is just a small, so as I talked about the extended autopilot, which is like a really advanced autopilot, it basically, Sidara and Startara is just a small taste of what is from that extended autopilot that I'm just testing right now. And what do they do? So at the moment, of course, Sidara, I'm not very, sorry, let me take some time. Startara, there we go. They have, so these systems are just basically for the ILS glide scope. So your plane will fly on the glide scope. It will first fly to the waypoint, which is a barrier over here, and then it will line up with the waypoint as close as it can to the correct heading of that runway, and then just glide all the way down. At maybe 150 feet radio altitude, it will turn itself off, expecting the pilot to control. Of course, in my opinion, you should be prepared for 150 out on your altimeter, because when it turns itself off, you need to be prepared to take over the plane and obviously land. This is not an auto land feature, this is just a guidance system feature, which is just ILS, okay? So I've already put the airport code here and the runway here, 32 left. I'm going to turn on Sidara Startara. Your important stuff to care about right now is just your distance away from this waypoint, the altitude you should aim to be at, and the course deviation. So the course deviation doesn't really matter so much now for you, okay? Let's have a quick tune. I need to quickly just turn this to 180. At this point where you're flying, if you're doing this approach and you've got access to the Aeson Arrows, I would set yourself to landing mode there, okay? Take control of this plane. Now, what you care about is you want to make a sweeping turn about now and start to lose altitude. By now you should have really actually been maintaining your altitude, but for of course the purposes of this video and where all my attention is going to, of course, it's not completely there. As well as this is the first time I'm testing the system to make sure it lands, so hopefully in this video we get a decent glide scope tolerance. So we basically follow this DME, using our DME right now to guide ourselves to the waypoint whilst losing altitude, and also making sure that when our course deviation actually does start reducing, so 0 of course is where you want to be on an approach to a waypoint. If you're at 0 heading towards the waypoint, or heading towards the direction you want to go to, which is of course 3115, you should be straight in line to go through the center of that waypoint at that given heading you want to go, which will lead you directly to, if it's a runway you're going to, or the next waypoint. Now at the moment we should see a Morse code noise come up, which tells us we are in range of the ILS and we have acceptance to basically engage the approach mode. Okay, there we go. We're going to turn the approach mode on. We're going to turn our autopilot on. Our heading goes on, Our altitude goes on a vertical speed will go on, okay? Our plane's going to make a quick turn in, okay, because of where we've approached past 30 degrees, so she's had to make a small turn, get us in course. Of course, you should try and make an approach anywhere around a small bit this side, 30 degrees from 3115, okay? And now we're en route into the actual runaway, okay? So now this is the next bit that I'm not very sure of because I haven't actually tested it myself, so I'm really hoping it goes to plan. And what will happen here is once we go past the Garrow, our altitude, you see this system should turn itself off, so you will stop seeing the to go, and then it will just use the vertical speed to guide us all the way down on the glide scope, okay? There we go. So now, what I'm gonna want to do, as you can see it's now doing that, what I'm gonna do is now go and switch myself to my touchdown speed. I'm actually gonna put that to 145 because of my plane weight. I'm gonna put my gears down, why not? And basically it should guide me all the way to the glide scope path, okay, automatically. If for any reason I feel that this is moving dangerously, the autopilot is going to lead us to a crash, I can turn off the autopilot system myself and guide the plane in myself. As you can see, it's following the vertical speed as accurately as it can. We're on the minus 900 glide scope, so it looks like a perfect approach in. I'm just going to use the zoom in. It looks like it's doing well. Again, I'm not used to myself perfect approaches. We are about 1.9, so we're not far nautical miles wise from the runway. We are actually tracking very well. I'm just hoping, yeah, we should hopefully clear the radial, the actual ILS bars. I made them shorter, so hopefully we should clear that. But at one distance, we're gonna see this turn itself off, and I'm gonna have full control to make a landing, hopefully. Yeah, this is, wow, this is a very, very perfect approach. Damn.
Minimum.
Well, funny enough, we're on three bars on the
100 above.
There we go. System's off. I've got control.
100.
Literally, I don't have to really do
50,
anything
40,
but aim for the
30,
touchdown.
20.
Touchdown. Oopsie. I find that the A350 is very easy to get in the air, and there we go. That's it. That's literally it. System's off. Okay, you can see Sidara is off, and we're done. We're on the ground. That's a perfect ILS approach. Brakes down, reverses off, flaps up. Oh, okay. There we go. Gonna make the turn here. Oh, that's the end of the video basically. So that's a decent ILS approach. Maybe I won't lie to you, my heart was bumping when it turned itself off. I was expecting that, but I wasn't expecting it in that way to happen. In terms of, because I've been waiting for it to, I've been hoping when I do tests like this on the video, I don't always expect it to work on the first time, so that took me by shock. But there we go. So a very amazing approach by this. Damn, it was to the T. If you saw the this is by iAviate, by the way. The I'm talking about the Pappies. Yeah, it's by iAviate. It's actually a pretty good free model, so if you need Pappies, iAviate's your boy. Get that from there. I personally would never be doing Pappies just because his one is just really good, so I use that. But yeah, you can see my my system was keeping a perfect 3-degree approach in. Once I took control, of course, I changed that to how I felt like it. That's of course what happens when the pilot takes manual control? You're not always going to be on the PAPI at that distance. In most cases, the glide scope becomes inaccurate at that point. And if I decided to do an autoland function, extended autopilot, because my localizer is somewhere around here, when this plane does touch down on its and starts its landing roll, the rudder will then start to use itself to try and control the plane on the center line, okay? But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully more videos with this later on, and some actual videos with the A380 soon. Bye.